This is the Bluebird cardioid condenser microphone. One of the first microphones I ever bought. I wanted to use it to record virtually everything. Vocals, guitar, drums. This was my go-to microphone. But that's all I knew, until I started to experiment with listening to the mixes and everything that I've recorded with it. Why does it sound like that? Time to try out a different microphone. The SM58, classic microphone, used everywhere, pretty much well known as a virtually indestructible microphone. There's also a famous phrase, if in doubt, stick a 58 on it. And underneath this mesh grill, we've got the diaphragm, a thin piece of membrane that captures the vibrations of sound. We've also got four other parts of this microphone: the coil, the magnet, the shock mount, which is really good on the 58 as it stops a lot of handling noise when you pick it up, and the transformer, which is neatly tucked in some silicone. I started to collect more microphones, and this is the SM57. Looks similar, but it's the non-identical twin. And this is the big brother who just come back from university, the Shure 58 Beta. So something I used to do quite a lot was trying to find out what gear people were using and how they were using it, because I just wanted to understand why. And if I understood why it worked, then maybe it would work for me. And one of my go-to places that I used to do this was Sound on Sound magazine. And I'd go through all the different articles, all the different magazines, and I'd always flick to the live sound section. And once I got there, the pieces of information that were really valuable to me and that I wanted to try, I'd photocopy it and I'd stick that on my studio wall. When I say studio, I actually mean this shed I built in my back garden. You got to experiment somewhere. But for this practical session, we spent the day trying out different microphones, different techniques on the bass amp, guitar cabinets, and on the drum kit. The goal in this session was to explore the different sonic qualities of each microphone and see how they could fit into a mix. We weren't just looking for the best mic, but understanding of how each one can shape the sound depending on genre and location. But let's have a listen to some of the recordings. On the inside and P2 on the outside. This bit was the most valuable part of the day. It was when students started to discuss their preferences for what microphones they liked, depending on the scenario they would use it in. Take this bass amp. We could just use the clean DI sound straight out of the back of the amp. But what other possibilities are there? We have got... Well, we tested a range of different microphones, listened back, and then we had a discussion after. No, 52A. Yeah.
Will do, yes.
Just wanting that very much low end, almost drone.
Yeah. Which could work for reggae.
Which for the artist and all the genre and the thing, that's the sort of sound you're looking for.
Yeah.
Then, as Will said, it's more softer tone. It doesn't react to changes in the sound as quickly, or maybe not as quickly, but you notice them less.
Yeah. Again, especially for bass, it depends very much on genre.
Oh yeah,
Because it relies heavily on the bass.
But then we've also got the DI to mix in with it. Yeah. So whether your DI, you take out 80 to 5K,
Yeah. And then blending.
blending, and the DI is just your top end, and you use the 52 as just 52A as just your low end,
That could work.
and use it as a make a crossover point between the two, rather than blending the two.
Which fits what Billy just said there.